Welcome to Art History, Renaissance and Mannerism in Cinquecento, Italy. Map of Rome with Renaissance and Baroque monuments. The achievements of the masters. Leonardo da Vinci, superb master of line, pioneer of sfumato, inventor, naturalist, and painter of the soul's intent. Raphael Stanzo, also known as Raphael, younger master painter who incorporated elements of Leonardo and Michelangelo into his own unique style. Michelangelo Boronari, master sculptor, also excellent painter and architect, the man in demand. Bramante, major architect who favored classical buildings, rejuvenated the central plan design. Venetian masters, Bellini, Giorgione, Titian. Palladio in architecture. Da Vinci created most of his works in Milan, employed by the Duke of Milan. In his Madonna of the Rocks, he uses atmospheric perspective to give the background added depth. Da Vinci drew the perfectly proportioned, ideal Renaissance man, the Vitruvian man, after ancient descriptions of Greek and Roman art and architecture by the author Vitruvius and other Greek and Roman authors. Leonardo's oil and tempera wall painting of the Last Supper before it was cleaned. Mona Lisa is painted with oil on wood with the obligatory atmospheric Renaissance landscape. Da Vinci and other Renaissance artists dissected corpses in order to study anatomy. Raphael's Madonna in the Meadow, oil and wood. Raphael's painting of Madonna are sensitive and tender. In this dynastic portrait of the Medici Pope with two Medici cardinals, he depicts Pope Leo X as the art collector of beautiful things and a man of learning. The School of Athens by Raphael. Raphael is painted on the lower right, looking directly at the viewer. Michelangelo's David is now in the Accademia, an art school active in Florence. The sculpture was originally to stand outside as a civic symbol of the city of Florence. The Pietà, meaning pity, is now in St. Peter's Cathedral, the Vatican. The sculpture is under bulletproof glass because radical individuals have attacked it. A youthful Mary is seen holding her dead son. Michelangelo's Moses from the tomb of his greatest patron, Pope Julius II. A later work, The Bound Slave. Pope Julius II ordered Michelangelo to paint the Sistine Chapel ceiling. Julius also ordered Michelangelo to paint the Last Judgment at the end of the chapel. Central panel of the Sistine Chapel ceiling. Michelangelo's plan for St. Peter's in Rome. Dome of St. Peter, done by Michelangelo. Michelangelo completed Palazzo Farnese, which was first designed by Antonio di Sangallo the Younger. The center balcony was where the Italian dictator Mussolini gave his speeches in World War II. Venice. Andrea Palladio incorporated classical Roman and Greek elements in his Villa Rotonda near Vicenza, Italy. The center dome is similar to the Roman pantheons. Ionic-style Greek porches were added on all four sides. Venetian painters sought to record the soft light of Venice in their work. Painting on canvas began in Venice because of the availability of canvas in the city on Mars. Titian surrounds the Madonna in golden light as she rises to heaven. Titian is credited with developing the particular brownish red known to this day as Titian red. One of the most important Renaissance patrons, male or female, was Isabella d'Este, Marquess of Mantua, seen here in a portrait by Titian. Titian's Venus of Urbino, the reclining female nude. Correggio was the foremost painter of ceiling frescoes. Madonna with the Long Neck by Parmigianino illustrates the typical Mannerist techniques: small classic heads, elongated bodies, stylish, cultured and elegant, an imbalance of compositions, and ambiguous space. The central characters seem to be slipping or falling. Tintoretto was another artist who painted in the manner of the Renaissance by adopting many of the Mannerist pictorial devices, such as this unusual dynamic placement of the table. Bronzino's Portrait of a Young Man. Diana seems to be falling out of the sculpture, or barely hanging on, a Mannerist device. Cellini, artist, sculptor, and statesman and biographer. On the salt cellar of Francis I, the figures seemed about to fall away. Salt was a prized item and placed in a container on the table. In architecture, cleverness was applauded. Stones placed above the center of the arches seemed to be slipping out of place. Above the blind openings